everybody, welcome to another edition of A Chapter a Day Keeps the Doctor Away. My name is Alan, otherwise known as Hisui, and I'm from ReverseThieves.com as well as the Speakeasy Podcast. This time I'm looking at the 7 Deadly Sins, Chapter 66, First Sacrifice. And apparently the first sacrifice is Diane, which I was a little worried about because, once again, going on my rant about female characters in shonen manga last week, and especially with UQ Holder, I was really hoping that Diane would hold her own. I mean, in her defense and in the manga's defense, she is a single sin facing 6 of the most powerful holy knights, but still, I really didn't want her to be the first one taken out. I mean, women just get such a short shrift in literature in general and media in general. And I don't know. I was hoping that she'd do a little better in this fight. But, I mean, in her defense, once again, 6 holy knights. And she starts off the battle in a pretty bad position. But she's kind of stuck after her teleport. And it's her facing, these 6 holy knights. And someone asks her what she's doing there, and she's like, "Give me back Elizabeth." And you can see Halbrand pretty much sweating bullets, like, "Oh, don't actually talk to her, just try to kill her. Oh, damn, you're gonna expose my lies. Somebody, oh, thank goodness, Guild Thunder is a total jackass and kind of a giant prejudice, which is, he's a giant racist. He's like, they're extremely dull-witted." And I'm like, wow, way to add racist to your already list of unlikable features there, Guild Thunder. And before he can kind of whip out his powers, Jericho rushes in, try to prove herself. And she just gets blindsided by Gideon before she even gets an ability, before she really gets to use her power. And Guild Thunder is like, all right, this is just stupid. I'm going to lightning bolt this girl. And his lightning bolts do enough to free Diane from her captivity, but not enough to really hurt her. So everyone's like, all right, Hauser, you're not really doing anything, and you keep wanting to stop this fight. I think, and Halbrand basically manipulates him into joining the fight, although you can tell he really doesn't want to. But basically, he's like, pulls the, "Hey, are you a traitor?" card, and so he adds in his powers, and Diane is able to counter them with Gideon, but she pretty much has to go all out to stop, the combined powers, as basically everybody is uniting their powers with Halbrand and totally keep pushing Diane back. She's doing well, but she's obviously not going to do super well. And so Grouther's like, look, I think Diane got here somehow, and she doesn't seem to be doing super well. I'm going to go over there and help her out. And like, you just take care of getting the princess, because she's priority number 1. We don't want no unlocked demon seals. So he goes over to help her, and eventually Dreyfus is like, all right, you guys, I'm going to just take care of this. And he seems to have, he makes this big speech about how his power is like absolute, unerring military control, and he can control anything. Even doesn't matter, basically his might makes right. And he basically counters Diane's strongest attack and then blows a hole in her chest with his powers. And you're like, yeah, she's not going to be doing well unless she has some kind of like Wolverine healing factor. So Diane's at least down for now. Hopefully Grouther can pop up and, at least give her enough time, to mend herself up a little. But part of me wonders if basically they're gonna get their, basically all the sins are gonna get their asses handed to them, and basically have to be saved by somebody like Merlin. And because I'm thinking they're not gonna win this, something is going to happen enough that obviously, the Holy Knight's plan is going to succeed, and they'll unleash the demons because they really want this holy war, and they really want these demons unleashed. So I think, I'm just curious how many people are going to be taken out by the end of this. King kind of seems like somebody who might get taken out. I mean, Garia definitely hasn't changed sides yet, so she's still a force to really be reckoned with. And these other guys are no pushovers. And, we have Guilt Thunder and the head of the Holy Knights. So, and Dreyfus has proven himself to be no slouch. So I'm wondering if this is going to be like a total rout, if everybody's going to get defeated, and they're basically just going to get away with Elizabeth and their lives. I guess then at that point, Diane losing at that point wouldn't be so super bad because everybody gets their ass kicked. But we'll see what happens. But I don't think they've killed her. I mean, if they killed her, it would be a little more dramatic. I mean, they'd have to hit her a few more times in shonen tradition for her to really die. But she's obviously pretty much at least out of the fight for a while, if not for the rest of this battle. But, it seems like, yeah. I'm wondering if Dreyfus's power is basically like a lockdown, like complete counter. Whereas, while, Melodis's power is supposedly counter, I think it's more like a reflect. I'm thinking that Dreyfus is like just a total, I shut down your power. But we'll see what happens. Man, I really like Diane. She's definitely my favorite character. So her going down so quickly in the fight really kind of bums me out. But I'm really still kind of curious. Is King Arthur going to be the one that punks Melodis, or is he going to be the one that basically drags them out at the last minute? I'm not sure. I still feel like he's the most interesting wild card. Although I wonder if Hauser is going to possibly switch sides, especially with Hellbrand not really being on the up and up and kind of lying to them and goading them several times. I mean, Guilt Thunder is enough of a jackass that he's definitely going to go along with this plan. And Jericho just has too much of a chip on her shoulder. I think this chapter really cemented that again for her to change. And once again, Gilead seems more like the type to go off with like King Arthur or somebody else than to join the Sins. But we'll see who's where at the end of this battle. But not a good sign. But I'm still excited to see what happens in the next chapter of Break. So, see you guys next time.